I haven't done this in a while, so if I mess up here and there, then you'll know why. When you first create your JavaFX project, I did it in IntelliJ, you get 3 files. You have your main class that extends application, and you could start creating your controls around inside this start method, and then order them that way. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it through the FXML file, which is your view in an MVC structure. For those that don't know about MVC, Model View Controller, it's a design pattern that it would take me too long to properly explain here, so I would highly recommend you Google it. You're going to run across it again and again. So let's start with layouts. They gave me a grid pane to start off with a controller that's attached to sample.controller. This, of course, is my package name for my particular project. And this controller references my controller class here, which is empty, and it'll stay empty for this tutorial. But a controller is great for your listeners for your controls so that they can react to events, but I'm not going to touch on that here. I'm going to focus on just layouts, and I'm going to do that inside this FXML file. And again, you could do it, you don't have to do it here, you could do it in the Java file instead, but for this tutorial, I'm going to work with this. If I display some controls in my interface, how will they be arranged? We obviously want them to have some sort of structure so that we can organize our UI. JavaFX gives you a few options, and a couple of the simplest ones are HBox and VBox. They're pretty much the same, except one lays out controls horizontally and the other vertically. I'm not 100% sure it's a great analogy, but I like to think of these layouts as display flex in CSS terms. And VBox would be like flex with direction column. Of course, if you're not familiar with Flexbox, then I'm wasting your time with this analogy. When we're working with FXML, all the controls are like buttons and things that you'll see in your UI. Can't, for example, start putting some tag here. Well, this wouldn't be a tag, but if I put my HBox here, like that, it's not going to give me that would give me an error because it's not contained in one container element. So that's something to be aware of. Again, I told you, I think I mentioned, I'm not going to be working with grid pane. I will be working with HBox. So put it here. That's changed. And let's display a bunch of buttons. Let's see how that works. Again, the controller references the controller class, which is empty so far in my case. And we don't have to worry about this either for now. HGAP, LGAP, I don't think. I'm not sure if this is how you would align things in HBox and VBox. And that's the thing when you have these layout containers, how you set their margins or padding it's dependent on the containing element. So in our case of HBox, I'm not going to do it this way. And okay, let's put a button. It's going to be IntelliSense. No IntelliSense for me. And now we have 3 buttons. And let's just see how that looks if we run our program. This is what we have so far. So the controls, buttons in our case, are laid out horizontally. And that's HBox. Pretty simple. But what if we wanted to have some padding here or some margins here? How would we go about doing that? The spacing attribute that comes with HBox, let's set it to 10. To see what happens, and running it gives us this. So there's a little bit of space between the controls, and it's not a margin because that would apply to everything. It's just spacing between the controls that gets set. If we wanted some, well, we only have 3 buttons so far. If we were to add another button, let's say like that, it will just continue going horizontally. And it's going to come to a point where you want to start on the next line. You don't want this 3 to continue on here. You want it to be on the next line. And so that's when we have to mix and match some layouts. To solve that problem here, right now we're just using this one HBox, but we can nest this HBox in a VBox. And if you remember, I said VBox was just the vertical version of an HBox. So setting this to VBox and that to V, and now it doesn't know where this is coming from, so I'll have to import it in. And that won't be enough because then now these will just all go vertically. So if I were to run it again, then they all go vertical, but that's not what we want. We want them to be essentially like a 2x2 grid type thing. So we can add a HBox here and put these guys in there. This is really taking up a lot of room here. And then do it again there. And this one, let's make it oh, what the hell am I talking about? Forgot how to count. And now we should have the layout that we want. And indeed we do. It doesn't look that nice since, again, they're kind of all clumped together. And there's a couple ways we can add spacing. If I just added padding, that would affect the space inside one of these guys. Probably better to do that. When it comes to padding, you can do that through CSS. But if we wanted to add some padding on the top, not a padding for each particular control, but the entire container, then that can be done with a padding tag. So we put the padding in there, and what we're passing into this child element is something called insets. Now I can control how much padding that I'll have around all the controls. Essentially the padding for the container. Let's say right at 10 and the left 10 and bottom 10 and top 10, and there you go. I don't think I need this. I can just do that. And now running it again gives us some padding on the top. It's not much, but you can see it just along here. We got some padding.